This is CBS.
Coming up next on Channel 2 News at 10, Tom Hines rallies his troops saying he's ready to run and win the race of mayor of Chicago. While more contradictions pop up in Washington as the Iranian arms affair continues to unravel.
Also on our news tonight, the crowds continue to flow at St. Mike Nicholas's Church as television cameras get their first close-up look at the weeping Madonna, and England's royal couple dukes it out on the set of a new James Bond movie.
All that, plus some disturbing news about Jim McMahon, coming up next.
Edie's as cheap as the 2-bit brief she designs.
One of us did.
That's his sexual inadequacy talking, Judge.
Nice shot. Hit him where it hurts.
Judge, she loves it. She just won't admit it, right?
Men, they're all alike.
Hi, honey, I'm home.
Divorce Court. Courtroom drama that promises the best fights on TV. Weekdays at 3.
Harrison Ford's new film. Saturday night, 10:30, Channel 2.
This is CBS.
From Channel 2 News, this is Newsbreak.
Good evening. The Tom Hines campaign is gearing up and getting out tonight, drumming up the petition signatures Hines will need to get his name on the mayoral ballot. We'll have the latest at 10, and also tonight, a look at the faithful being drawn to the weeping Madonna of St. Nicholas. And in sports, Johnny will have some disturbing news about Jim McMahon as he arrives in Los Angeles for surgery on his bad shoulder. We'll have those stories and much more tonight on the 10 o'clock news.
Channel 2 helps separate the facts from the fear about the Midwest earthquake. Monday at 10.
Behind the scenes with some Chicago Motown performers at 10.
Coming up next on Channel 2 News, a teenager's passion explodes into violence, leaving 1 man dead and 2 hurt. Also, a spectacular fire in Denver ties up holiday air traffic.
Also tonight, history's made in Poland and a setback for a man's attempt at a world record in the Bears in a blowout. Join us at 10 here on Channel 2.
Channel 2 helps separate the facts from the fear about the Midwest earthquake. Monday at 10. From Channel 2 News, this is Newsbreak.
Good evening, I'm Elizabeth Vargas. Coming up at 10 o'clock, Chicago police tonight charged an 18-year-old man with first-degree murder in the shooting death of his girlfriend's father. Detectives say the young man was seeking revenge after she broke up with him. Also tonight, Polish labor leader Lech Wałęsa wins in Poland's first-ever free presidential election, but not big enough to avoid a runoff next month. And we'll give you a behind-the-scenes look at Chicago's Soul Children's Choir performing tonight to a nationwide audience. Plus, the Bears lose big in a Monday morning forecast.
This is CBS.
Coming up next on Channel 2 News, 2 deadly plane crashes. A Navy jet slams into a quiet suburban neighborhood. We'll have 2 live reports and a live report on the crash of a United Airlines jet in Colorado.
Also tonight, cyanide poisoning forced a nationwide recall of a popular decongestant. Those stories plus much more just ahead.
Coming up next, severe weather slams straight into Arlington Heights. Next, stories of how they coped. And then it's not over. The man behind the Lincolnwood hostage drama gives police a new scare.
Also tonight, Magic and Michael. We have got Air Jordan going one-on-one with the great Magic Johnson. It's the matchup of the decade, and it's live next.
Preserving foods through radiation, what you must know tonight at 10. Caught red-handed, alleged looters tell their side of the story tonight at 10.
Sean Young, outspoken and upfront on entertainment tonight.
Good evening. Tonight at 10 on Channel 2 News, a surprise discovery in the Chicago River. Thousands in cash is fished out of the water. Now police are trying to find out how it got there and why it has some unusual markings on it. And then, is this fruit safe to eat? A new technique being used to preserve it could make it hazardous to your health. And we'll tell why workers for People's Gas are being told not to touch any of their equipment at the site of last week's explosions on Racine. All that and more on Channel 2 News at 10.
Scarlet will continue.
You married him because he was handsome, romantic, and strong. But when he gets sick, he turns into another person. Tonight, Channel 2's Marianne Childers tells you what doctors say you can do to help your husband eat right, get the exercise he needs, and deal with everyday stress. You'll learn more than how to keep him healthy. You'll learn how to save your husband's life. A 2 News Extra tonight on 2 News at 10.
Is CBS. Scarlet will continue.
Tonight on 2 News at 10.
Do you feel betrayed?
Not so much as betrayed, it's just hurt.
The death of his children rocked his life forever and shocked an entire nation. Now David Smith talks about his loss for the first time. I'm Marianne Childers. Tonight at 10 in a special interview, David Smith shares his feelings about his sons, their death, and the mother who's accused of killing them. It's a special interview you'll see tonight on 2 News at 10.
How to react when you come face to face with a burglar. Tonight at 10.
Good evening, I'm Linda McLennan. Students and family turn out for an emotional tribute to a young girl who is fighting for her life after a car accident in Northwest Indiana. We'll have a live report. Then residents on the north side come out in big numbers to protest the opening of a bikini car wash in their neighborhood. Then new charges tonight for the man caught shooting up the White House. They are charges that haven't been handed out in more than a decade. And word of a medical treatment that could save millions of older women from heart disease. Join us for those stories and more right here tonight at 10.
Good evening, I'm Marianne Childers. He's maintained his silence for several weeks. Now David Smith is speaking out. Tonight he talks about the loss of his 2 sons and his wife who's in jail for their murders. 40 agents from 5 different agencies raid the Desnick Eye Clinic in a Medicare fraud investigation. And heavy winds and rains continue to pound the coast of Florida. We'll have the latest on Tropical Storm Gordon when you join us tonight, right here at 10 o'clock.
The father of 2 murdered boys breaks his silence tonight at 10.
Pam Zeckman exposes another home repair scam you won't want to miss. Tonight at 10. Scarlet will continue. It started with heating contractors.
You told her that there could be carbon monoxide leaking from the furnace.
Then she exposed electrician scams.
All this is unnecessary work to inflate the bill.
Now, wait till you see what Channel 2's Pam Zeckman uncovers next.
We have talked to many people that you have done that to. Are you doing that to rip people off?
Hidden cameras, revealing reporting. Don't miss the conclusion of this 4-month undercover investigation. Hustled at home. A 2 News Extra. Tonight at 10.
This is CBS.
Parents of 6 children killed in a traffic accident talk about their loss at 10. What lies ahead for the man who shot up the White House? Pronounced dead, zipped in a body bag. A woman surprises morgue workers. The story.
How to save your husband's life. A 2 News Extra tonight at 10.
The father of 2 murdered boys breaks his silence tonight at 10. Good evening, I'm Bill Curtis. Tonight, the parents of the 6 children killed in that van explosion speak out.
I know God has purposes and God has reasons. And God has demonstrated his love to us and our family. There's no question in my mind that God is good and we praise him in all things.
We'll have more of this emotional interview. And then Attorney General Roland Burris all but declares himself a candidate in the race for mayor.
Also tonight, Judge Lance Ito is feeling the heat after giving a TV interview. And a new book claims Jackie O had a secret love affair. Join us at 10.
Tonight on 2 News at 10.
She was pronounced dead and spent 90 minutes in a morgue refrigerator. But this woman wasn't quite ready to call it quits. I'm Linda McLennan. It's an amazing story. Find out how one morgue worker got the surprise of his life. Then an accident leaves a school cheerleader on life support. But her classmates aren't giving up hope. We'll show you how they're pulling together. And hefty charges for the man who shot up the White House. Join us tonight for 2 News at 10.
At this hour, police say they have charged one man in a series of sexual assaults. We'll be live with that story.
The next step for 4 police officers now off the force for the Haggerty shooting. And Dr. Breen finds out why 2 states are fighting over organ transplants.
Plus, Howard has all the March Madness and who's in the Sweet 16 after the movie.
Hello. Carol Marine reports the 10 o'clock news, weeknights on CBS 2 Chicago. The Carol Marine team, only on the 10 o'clock news, weeknights on CBS 2 Chicago. Carol Marine reports the 10 o'clock news, weeknights on CBS 2 Chicago. Marine, Weigel, Baskerville, Flannery, Parker, Davis, Green, Seckman, Curley, Tucker, La, Bliss, Washington, Drummond, Callaway. The Carol Marine team, only on the 10 o'clock news, weeknights on CBS 2 Chicago. The team to watch, weekends on CBS 2 Chicago.
Security is tight in Chicago for tomorrow's execution of Oklahoma City bomber Timothy McVeigh. We'll tell you why. That as we get the latest from Mike Flannery, who is in Terre Haute with tonight's developments just hours before McVeigh's execution.
Then 2 men are preying on women who wait for CTA buses. More on this series of attacks.
An elephant stampedes a crowd at a zoo. We'll tell you what spooked him.
Plus the latest on the Crosstown Classic. We'll see you right here after the movie.
Good evening, everyone. I'm David Curley.
And I'm Tracy Townsend. Tonight at 10, look what we found. City workers paving private property. We'll investigate what's going on with your tax money.
Also tonight, traditional mammograms miss 20% of all breast cancers. Now a new test is said to be more accurate. Dr. Michael Breen explains how it all works.
And if diamonds are a girl's best friend, then Chicago women will want to head to a new boutique in town. We'll take you there.
It's a lot of ice.
Yes, it is.
Those stories and more. And Steve's forecast at 10.
The storm threat continues tonight. Will the skies clear for the weekend? I'll have the forecast at 10.
Why you may want to take a serious look at rudeness in your workplace tonight at 10.
Catherine Bliss on CBS 2 Chicago. Steve Deschler on CBS 2 Chicago. Catherine Bliss on CBS 2 Chicago.
We catch city workers paving private property. Guess who's paying? Tonight at 10.
John Davis on CBS 2 Chicago.
The heat is sticking around, but when's it going to rain again? I'll have the forecast at 10.
Airport Agony, Saturday at 6 on CBS 2 Chicago.
Quick fix or just hopeless for a school with dangerous mold? We'll find out tonight at 10.
The heat is sticking around, but when's it going to rain again? I'll have the forecast at 10.
I don't know what it is about Chicago during the winter, you know.
Make babies.
Hey, it's all love.
Chicago Bears Weekly.
We don't get that much glory, but, you know, like Big Cat, he gets a lot of money, so it doesn't really bug him too much.
Do you know whose hands are under your butt just by feel when you're taking a snap?
If we can cram this much fun into 30 seconds, imagine what we can do in half an hour. Chicago Bears Weekly, Saturday after the late news on CBS 2 Chicago.
I like it.
In our city and all around our towns, you'll find concerned companies and unions. They're getting involved in our communities, showing us the best ways to live together, work together, and play together, Chicago style. They're keeping our city beautiful. Be inspired. Get involved. Chicago 2000, October 8th at 2 p.m. on CBS 2 Chicago.
The dialogue begins today at 2 on CBS 2 Chicago.
This is... The storm threat continues tonight. Will the skies clear for the weekend? I'll have the forecast at 10.
Why you may want to take a serious look at rudeness in your workplace tonight at 10.
Catherine Bliss on CBS 2 Chicago. Steve Deschler on CBS 2 Chicago. Catherine Bliss on CBS 2 Chicago.
We catch city workers paving private property. Guess who's paying? Tonight at 10.
John Davis on CBS 2 Chicago.
The heat is sticking around, but when's it going to rain again? I'll have the forecast at 10.
Airport Agony, Saturday at 6 on CBS 2 Chicago.
Quick fix or just hopeless for a school with dangerous mold? We'll find out tonight at 10.
The heat is sticking around, but when's it going to rain again? I'll have the forecast at 10.
In our city and all around our towns, you'll find concerned companies and unions. They're getting involved in our communities, showing us the best ways to live together, work together, and play together, Chicago style. They're keeping our city beautiful. Be inspired. Get involved. Chicago 2000, October 8th at 2 p.m. on CBS 2 Chicago.
The dialogue begins today at 2 on CBS 2 Chicago.
Barbara Streisand, Jeff Bridges, and Lauren Bacall. The Mirror has two faces. CBS Wednesday.
I'm David Curley. Tonight at 10. It had never happened in the 30-year history of the world's fastest commercial plane until today. Now investigators are trying to determine what caused the crash of an Air France Concorde near Paris, killing everybody on board. Plus, a suburban mayor speaks out tonight after the feds accuse him of taking kickbacks. The story on the 10 o'clock news.
The bar is rising.
They said you were practicing medicine without a license.
And that it was totally unfounded.
A new standard is being set.
No employer can do genetic testing unless the purpose directly relates to the nature of your job.
It happens when serious performers take the field, and it's happening in the field of television news. No hype, no rating stunts, just in-depth reports ahead of the headlines. The 10 o'clock news reported by Carol Marine, tonight on CBS 2 Chicago.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Tim. And thank you for joining us.
The 10 o'clock news reported by Carol Marine, tonight on CBS 2 Chicago. Bears Extra, tonight after the late news on CBS 2 Chicago. The team to watch, weekends on CBS 2 Chicago. Tonight on the 10 o'clock news on CBS 2 Chicago.
Drive down the Edens and tell me how many billboards you see advertising alcohol, advertising a woman half naked.
Controversy brews over billboards targeting African Americans on Chicago's South Side. And a crusade against violent video games. How one suburban police officer is encouraging kids to give them up. Plus, the latest on another big decision in court in the Florida recount. Tonight on the 10 o'clock news on CBS 2 Chicago. The Carol Marine Team, only on the 10 o'clock news. Weeknights on CBS 2 Chicago. Bears, Giants, August 5th at 7 on CBS 2 Chicago. Marianne and Jay, you just never know what to expect.
Good morning. Would you like some breakfast?
Breaking news, the big story of the day, and the story behind it. Hard-hitting investigations that get results, all reported by a team of experienced journalists. The news on CBS 2 Chicago, just the way it happens. The news on CBS 2 Chicago, just the way it happens. The Carol Marine Team, only on the 10 o'clock news. Weeknights on CBS 2 Chicago. Judge Judy, tomorrow at 3:30 and 4 on CBS 2 Chicago.
Coming up on the news tonight at 10, the latest on President Clinton and his top advisors heading to Egypt for an emergency meeting between the Palestinians and the Israelis.
33 wounded sailors from the USS Cole are back home recuperating in the U.S.
And the 7-year-old boy that Governor Ryan brought back from his mission to Cuba is back in Chicago. We'll have the details tonight at 10.
Hi, I'm Steve Baskerville. Every month, as many as 300,000 people in the Chicago area rely on food programs. Many are children, seniors, and homeless. That's why holiday food drives are very important. CBS 2 Chicago invites you to join us as we support the Salvation Army, the Greater Chicago Food Depository, and the city's Sharing It program with non-perishable foods and financial donations. You can help.
Bring your donations to any Sam's Club store or call this number.
You're busy, and you already have too much clutter in your life. So, when you sit down to watch the news, you want to get information simply, unfiltered, without any more clutter. Carol Marine understands, so that's how she gives the news, uncluttered. She simply tells you what's going on, instead of what's coming up next. Watch the 10 o'clock news, reported by Carol Marine, only on CBS 2 Chicago.
CBS 2 News, your trusted source for Chicago's breaking news. And now,
I'm Joe Donlin.
Joe Donlin joins Erica Sargent on CBS 2 News at 5, 6, and 10 p.m. Home to Albert Ramon and the First Alert Weather Team, keeping you safe sooner. And in-depth stories and real investigations impacting our community, changing laws and changing lives. Try us, CBS 2 News, on air, online, and streaming live on CBS News Chicago.
Start TV features so many acclaimed series, you won't want Start to stop.
Mom, turn it back on!
Start TV on broadcast channels 2.2 and 48.2 and on these providers.
Next group, Renovations and Revelations with Chip and Joanna Gaines.
I was just experimenting as we were going.
We were experimenting, and then next thing you know, 4 kids.
Today at 9 on CBS 2.
Good morning and happy Friday. Meteorologist Rob Ellis here, and I'm tracking what we're going to be watching for storm chances. One chance late tonight and then another as we head into the weekend. How is this going to impact your Saturday and Sunday, and will it impact the race to Mackinac? I'll have the details on your forecast. Let you know when those storms will arrive. That's today at 11.
Next ET, Selena Gomez's birthday milestone.
Yes. Come on now.
Our Friday flashback to when we first met her.
I am from Texas, and I am 15 years old.
Next ET.
Tonight at 6:30 on CBS 2. Watch Sports Extra during CBS 2 Weekend News at 10 for updates on your favorite teams and all the winning plays. The CBS 2 investigators. They go after injustice. If you've been wronged, call 312-899-2250 or email CBS2investigators at CBS.com. The CBS 2 investigators. They get results. Get the CBS Chicago app on any device. Breaking news, sports, first alert weather, video on demand, and CBS News Chicago, all in just one tap. Download now. The CBS Chicago app is your best way to get breaking news and live coverage. First alert weather updates instantly and investigations that change our community anytime you want. It's all on CBS Chicago. Big stories. Your neighborhood. No matter where you are. We're streaming on CBS News Chicago. Get it on the CBS News app and Pluto TV. Meteorologist Mary Kay Kleist, First Alert Weather, weekdays at 4 on CBS 2 News.
Yes.
Chief Meteorologist Albert Ramon, First Alert Weather, weeknights at 5, 6, and 10 on CBS 2.
White van, 40 in the Federal.
Here we go.
A police plane uses the plate to spot the car. They tell us where to go.
Hands out, hands out.
We're stepping up our game to fight crime and utilize all those tools.
The CBS 2 investigators. They go after injustice. If you've been wronged, call 312-899-2250 or email CBS2investigators at CBS.com. The CBS 2 investigators. They get results.
White van, 40 in the Federal.
Here we go.
A police plane uses the plate to spot the car. They tell us where to go.
Hands out, hands out.
We're stepping up our game to fight crime and utilize all those tools.
The CBS 2 investigators. They go after injustice. If you've been wronged, call 312-899-2250 or email CBS2investigators at CBS.com. The CBS 2 investigators. They get results. The CBS Chicago app is your best way to get breaking news and live coverage. First alert weather updates instantly and investigations that change our community anytime you want. It's all on CBS Chicago. CBS 2 News, your trusted source for Chicago's breaking news. And now,
I'm Joe Donlin.
Joe Donlin joins Erica Sargent on CBS 2 News at 5, 6, and 10 p.m. Home to Albert Ramon and the First Alert Weather Team, keeping you safe sooner. and in-depth stories and real investigations impacting our community, changing laws and changing lives. Try us, CBS 2 News, on air, online, and streaming live on CBS News Chicago.com. Weekdays, turn to CBS 2 Morning News, and in the breaks, see the current conditions near you. PGA Tour coverage on CBS 2 is sponsored locally by the Illinois Bone and Joint Institute. Move better, live better. Request an appointment today.
White van, 40th and Federal.
Here we go. A police plane uses the plate to spot the car. They tell us where to go.
Hands out, hands out.
We're stepping up our game to fight crime and utilize all those tools.
You can watch Code Blue Officers in Crisis at 7 on our digital streaming network, CBS News Chicago. Find it on our website, cbschicago.com, on the CBS Chicago app, and Pluto TV.
CBS 2 News at 4, weekdays on CBS 2. The CBS Chicago app is your best way to get breaking news and live coverage. First alert weather updates instantly and investigations that change our community anytime you want. It's all in CBS Chicago. Severe weather season is here, and the First Alert Weather Team is here to keep you safer by warning you sooner. No matter the weather or how severe the storm, we're committed to alerting you first so you can plan and prepare. Trust First Alert Weather on CBS 2. The CBS 2 investigators. They go after injustice. If you've been wronged, call 312-899-2250 or email CBS2investigators at CBS.com. The CBS 2 investigators. They get results. When severe weather threatens, the First Alert Weather Team is there for you.
We're talking all of the city dealing with this big bad thunderstorm.
We all came out of our apartments. Everybody was nervous and scared. We don't know what was going on.
It's First Alert Weather, only on CBS 2. The CBS Chicago app is your best way to get breaking news and live coverage. First Alert weather updates instantly and investigations that change our community anytime you want. It's all on CBS Chicago. Severe weather season is here, and the First Alert Weather Team is here to keep you safer by warning you sooner. No matter the weather or how severe the storm, we're committed to alerting you first so you can plan and prepare. Trust First Alert Weather on CBS 2. Chief Meteorologist Albert Ramon, First Alert Weather, weeknights at 5, 6, and 10 on CBS 2. CBS 2 News, your trusted source for Chicago's breaking news. And now,
I'm Joe Dunn.
Joe Dunn joins Erica Sargent on CBS 2 News at 5, 6, and 10 p.m. Home to Albert Ramon and the First Alert Weather Team, keeping you safe sooner. And in-depth stories and real investigations impact our community, changing laws and changing lives. Try CS2 News, on air, online, and streaming live on CBS News Chicago.
I've got the moon. I've got the beautiful skyline.
This is the big boy.
You might think this is a story about a street musician to showcase your talents and make some scratch, but that's not what brings Jameson to Lower Michigan.
Once I played and heard the acoustics, it sort of made me forget all about the garbage cans and the rats.
No distractions, no stage, no audience.
This is God.
Our commitment is to tell your stories wherever we find them. You're just one tap away from life-changing investigations. Download the CBS Chicago app.
Another episode of Profiler starts now, right here on Start TV. The Good Wife starts now, right here on Start TV. Sue Thomas, FBI, starts now, right here on Start TV.